And we're live.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Changeling, the Lost, Rocky Mountain Wilds, or Smoky Mountain Wilds. Wrong mountains. Wrong mountain chain.
Be doing John Denver gifs.
Yeah.
Hey, people.
I am William Orshani, and I am your storyteller for this Changeling the Lost 2nd Edition Chronicle. And joining me today, we have Julia.
Hi, I'm Julia, and I'm playing Cassandra Scott, the Elemental Polychromatic.
And Katie.
Hi, I'm Katie. I am playing Joe Arbor, the Elemental Notary.
And Drevian.
Drevian, I'm playing Frisian, the Darkling Hunterheart.
And Holly.
Hi, I'm Holly. I am playing Marcella Lind, No Skin Darkling.
And Jeremy.
Hi, I'm Jeremy. I am playing Jackson Montgomery or Marlena Dubois, a Ferris Shadling.
And currently wrangling children, but still, I believe, wearing the earpiece that'll let him talk, Austin.
Hello, I'm Austin. I'm playing Frank and Lisa. I might be echoing because I'm farther away from the mic.
It's all good.
And as always, Black Lives Matter, trans rights are human rights, eat the rich, happy Envy Month.
Don't vape at theater productions.
Who did that?
Or give hand jobs.
Okay, there. I was waiting for it.
Oh, fucking hell.
Fucking Bobert.
Though, I saw
the best part was her saying that she was not vaping and that it was the smoke machine from the production until she was caught on camera doing it. And then she's like, whoops, I didn't remember.
No, all my like theater people on Facebook are like, okay, like, you know, that obnoxious theater goer is now officially called a Bobert.
It works. It works really well.
The only problem with that is we're gonna use that for so many like bad names for bad people that just it's gonna lose all meaning.
Yeah, but for now it's amusing.
It is.
Until the next thing happens.
And when last we left Motley,
Yes.
the group of them had formulated some plans to try and deal with the fetch that had been taking over and very effectively ruining the life of Jackson Montgomery, Marlena Dubois. And with some plans being put in place, there's a little bit of time that they're going to quickly fast forward through a couple of days to get to the next event in that, which would be the press release that is designed to lure that individual out of hiding. But first, Frisian, as you, Drevian, were not here last week, was there anything you needed to accomplish before that happens?
You're echoing in somebody's.
It's Austin's mic.
That's fine. I just wanted to let you know.
Not particularly.
Okay.
Frisian would spend the day. Yeah, Frisian would just kind of exercise and maybe take up Cassandra on the sparring thing and just prepare.
You get some practice in.
Yeah.
Does anyone have anything major that needs to happen in the 2 or 3 days before the press release?
I'm probably just going to go ahead and try to reestablish my online presence.
Yeah.
Upload some of those videos, what I recorded with the amazing video editing software that I found, Cough Cough the Hedge.
Just go ahead and roll me presence and computers just to see how well that takes off in these first couple of days.
Or I should probably have opened roll 20. That
That's
would have been
generally
an
helpful.
intelligent thing to do, but I will never remember to do that
Until
before.
you need it.
Until I'm like, oh, I should roll a die. All right. And then I'll go to the wrong
My
dice.
favorite is one day you'll actually learn how your character sheet works as opposed to just inputting a number of dice to roll.
You see, you act like I haven't learned how the character sheet works and just prefer to put in the roll anyway.
That sounds like a very Austin thing, honestly.
It's like my thing with smartphones. I recognize that having a smartphone would be useful. I just hate smartphones.
And you hate macros?
Hate convenience, sir.
That's the Mennonite that I know.
I have not been a Mennonite for like 15 or 16. Oh, goodness, I'm in my 30s. I've not been a Mennonite for like 20 years.
Ah, it's always great when somebody comes to the realization of how old they are.
Spending a willpower.
Yeah, but some things you never get away from. Roll me another one because you've got another.
And if I format it correctly, leave the roll.
So 3 successes.
There's a lot of ifs here.
You've got you set off a pretty successful opening return. To be fair, as far as the world is concerned, you were never gone.
Yeah, I wasn't gone long enough. So.
But the you've kept up your pace of uploads at the very least, and so no one's really noticed anything except for how weird your new videos are. But fast forwarding a couple of days.
Cassandra would have just started writing. That's about all I have for her. Nothing huge, but have to put that onto the table.
Give me a wits and crafts.
Oh boy. Okay.
Just to see how well you're progressing.
How it's going.
Oh, hey, guess what? I don't have dots in. Yep.
Or
So,
expression, actually. It would be expression because you're not making
Okay.
something, you're writing something.
I'm still gonna spend a willpower on this. One success.
You have begun the process. It will be long and arduous, as all writing is, but you have effectively begun the process of continuing and restarting your writing career.
We have an outline, folks. Where we go from here, who knows?
And like that, I think I've matched the maximum number of die rolls I've asked for anyone from any previous session.
That sounds about right.
That's quite a possibility.
But
Get a beat.
I'm going to ask for more die rolls now. I'm going to start breaking records. Because
Oh, here we go.
it is now time to set up the press release. And to have arranged that over the course of the day, I'm going to need a roll from 2 different people. From Jackson, I'm going to need a manipulation. Oh, actually, no, presence. This is about getting first impressions out of the way. I'm going to need presence and socialize. And from Marcella, who is running the other angle of this, I'm going to need manipulation and subterfuge.
I need
Alright.
willpower on this.
Okay, I'm sorry. I've got like sorcery on mine right now, and I
Ignore
can't
it.
get it
It's
off.
just it's
Oh,
a
okay.
placeholder thing to get stuck. Ignore thief and sorcery. It's not. worth it.
Okay, it's not doing anything.
No.
Okay. 1 success.
All right. So with 3 successes between you, the press release is drawing some attention by its existence, and you have been getting an amount of media attention just by the fact the press release is going to happen. You don't know if it's going to be enough to successfully draw out the target until the release actually begins. It will very much depend on who shows up and what the content of the message is to really effectively draw the fetch out of hiding. So on the day of, where and you were holding this press release outside of the old bar turned safe house that your drag daughter had set up. Yes,
Correct. It violated setup. Which I've decided is called Rapture.
Rapture. Excellent.
Yes.
So you set up outside of Rapture, and already there are a number of different news organizations that have been set up, but notably Marcella has pride of place as the person that you can rely on to ask questions that will help. And as you are getting ready and getting set up, a veritable cavalcade of cars begins to pull up, and out of each begin to emerge in full drag a significant portion of the former drag scene of this city that you were fairly certain you would never see again. A variety of faces, both new and old, that you have seen before and have never seen before. Of like at least a dozen different drag queens and kings that have shown up just to be there in solidarity with you and with Violet in this moment. Violet obviously is also here. And you're just about ready to just like begin the rolling and start giving the press release when one more car pulls up. It is a like deep ruby, almost blood red Camaro, and it pulls up next to the rest of the drag cars, and you have to stop yourself for a moment as stepping out of this vehicle is a face that you were fairly certain you were never going to see again. As in full attire, with their most iconic drag look, Anastasia steps out of the car.
Just a second. I'm checking something. Shit, I don't have that information anymore. Fuck it, I'll roll with it. I think she died, but that's fine. I'm rolling with it.
Now, according to your history, they left for Houston in 1990 and never looked back. Told you to lose their
Never
number.
looked back, and that's fine. No, I believe it was. I don't have the links anymore because fuck Slack.
You have it in your bio page on your character sheet.
Do I? Good.
Yeah, the one who died was Dee Dee.
Well, they'll have. But yeah, no, I will believe you.
At least according to your notes, the one who died was Dee Dee, and Anastasia was the one you tried to reach out to but never heard back from.
Is it? Where is it in my bio? Doesn't matter. Cool. There is, and I should, for this, Jackson is 100% going in Marlena mode.
Mhm.
Because it's an extra chance to get it out to come chase. But he there is just a going completely stock still. I don't think there's. If you look really close, she's not even breathing right now. As she just sort of sees everybody and Nastasia arrive. Finally lets a breath out. All right, let's do this.
The rest of the drag queens take their position just off stage, waiting for your signal to join you on stage. The impromptu stage that has been set up is ready. Microphones have been set up for you to walk up to. You give the signal. Curtains pull back. Cameras begin rolling. And go.
And yep, she steps up, has cards, and takes a moment, lets sort of everybody sort of look, settle in, realizes. Ladies and gentlemen of the media, and I'll oh, fuck this. Tosses the cards aside. Hello, everyone. Y'all, many of you know who I am. Those who do not. My name is Jax Montgomery. Better known among a scene I used to be part of as Marlena Dubois. Now, that may be new information to some of you, since that has not been the case in quite some time. I need to start off with an apology to many of the people here on the stage, many of the people who are out there who may see this. Many years ago, I turned my attention away. I turned my back, more specifically, on something that I had spent many, many years trying to foster and build. And there are a lot of reasons for that. And I am more than willing to talk about those. But that is not why I'm here now. Because the past is very much the past. And I have recently come to realize what a fucking idiot I'm being. And that you cannot run away from that which is so important and intrinsically a part of you. As a result, I would like to announce that Drag is back and Drag is alive here in Knoxville. And I will be, more details will be coming, but I will be dedicating much of my accumulated wealth over this past 25 years to righting some of the many wrongs that I have done. And that includes bringing a essential, important, and one of the oldest art forms back to a place where it has enriched many, many lives. We'll be starting here at Rapture we do not have specific dates worked out at this time. But you can keep an eye out for when those happen. And I thank you for coming. And as I'm saying this, I'm looking around. Is there any sign that it's here yet?
Roll me wits and composure.
All right.
As someone who is in the crowd, can I also check?
Yep, absolutely.
That's a question. Would the Motley have been invited to this, or
The
would we
Motley's
have
got a
been-
different job to do.
Oh,
Yes.
oh, right.
They would absolutely have been if.
Right.
Holy
So with 3 from Marlena and 2 from Marcella. Marlena, so here's a question for you. Did you accept the security detail that Bologna had offered?
Yes.
So there
Because
are
we need appearances to be in place.
So there are 4 hunters, including Bologna,
Right.
who are acting as your security detail. And as you sort of look around, you see Bologna off to one side, sort of talking into a radio, and you see they have like a full on like what looks to be a non-lethal assault rifle, like loaded with stun ammunition.
Uh-huh.
And they sort of communicate into it, and as they catch your eye as you're looking at them, and they sort of get the question in your gaze, and they just nod, saying sort of the indication of they're coming.
As I said, there will be more information coming. I am not taking questions at this time. I would like to have you take a moment to recognize many of these faces on this stage. You will be getting to know them quite closely as they have a chance to do what they love going forward. Thank you. That will be all, because I don't want him to come in and actually be because then people get confused.
And as you start stepping back in the stage, the rest of the drag queens step up to immediately basically just bask in the attention because the cameras are already there.
One thing you can always trust.
And as you do that, your shoulder is caught by someone as you're stepping back, and you turn to look, and you see that Anastasia has caught you as you're retreating. And they lean in to just sort of whisper quiet enough that only you can hear it, because there's cameras everywhere.
Right.
And they say quietly to you, "It's a good show. Now it's time to put your money where your mouth is. Now get going. We'll keep them busy."
Thank you. There's a brief pause. And then he's going. I had not. I'm going to have a conversation with Violet because, all right.
Marcella's going to
I'd say
follow
tell
her.
everybody that part. That's fine.
You don't know how Anastasia knows that one.
Listen, I know that I don't. Marlena is making assumptions.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I am skittering my ass away from this stage.
Marcella will follow you out.
Yeah, and the news media is very rapidly and ravenously asking questions, taking video feed. The drag queens and kings that have assembled here are taking over this stage.
Perfect.
Love it.
Meanwhile, the two of you
lovely attention whores
disappear and make your way out. Marcella, you were chasing down Marlena.
Yes. mainly to make sure she's okay.
Yep.
Make sure you don't get attacked the second you leave by yourself.
Legit.
And yeah, the 4 hunters that are acting as your security detail converge on you, and sort of form around. And Bologna's, all right. Next step is to get you back while they're gone, right?
That would be the hope.
Let's get moving.
All right.
Meanwhile, the other 4 members of the Motley are each of you currently dressed in iterations of the security outfit of this private security company that has been attending that has been attending the estate. Bologna and Tyr, or rather, Bologna has given each of you an ID that was acquired by Fixer, and each of you has been given a handgun to accompany whatever other weapons you had on you, if you had any. It is a fairly basic, just 9mm, just small handgun. Which, let me actually pull up the Armory Reloaded so I can actually get those stats for you if anyone needs them, or at least tell you where it's at. Yeah, generic 9mm Luger. It's on page 67 of the World of Darkness Armory if you need reference. But all of you are carrying at least one of those, and alongside whatever else you had on you.
Blade.
You are also all wearing at least a basic flak vest.
So what does that provide to us armor-wise? Never mind, I already had a flak jacket.
So bulletproof vest is a rating 2-3, which means it'll provide 2 points of armor for it is not actually a flak jacket, it is a bulletproof vest, unless you have something better. A bulletproof vest is rating 2-3, which means that it will provide 2 points of armor against melee attacks and 3 points of armor against guns.
I have a flak jacket, which is 2-4.
Yeah, so yours is even better. Actually, a flak jacket is just 1-2 according to Armory, I think.
Oh, look, don't let this hold that.
Yeah, I'm not
Hold it
going
up.
to worry about that one right now. But the 4 of you have been given the signal as Bologna has been in radio contact with the 4 of you and their contacts outside to try and help coordinate this. And you get the signal from Bologna that the subject has left and it is time for you guys to make your way in. Just a real quick thing, I'm going to need one of 2 rolls, depending on how each of you want to try and approach getting in here. I'm either going to need dexterity and stealth if you're just trying to avoid being seen as you try and move in, or I'm going to need manipulation and subterfuge if you're trying to pass yourself off as regular security by social interactions.
Was this is the second one?
You
is
are muted, Austin.
The second one is subterfuge and what?
Manipulation.
Okay.
Goliath. Oh wow, I did it myself. Cassandra will be using Dex and Stealth.
Joe
I
will
don't
be.
suppose it's a matter of composure, is it?
Composure is a resistance stat. It's more for defending
I know.
yourself. So
I'm just looking at my my very unbalanced manipulation versus composure. Dex.
Joe is using manipulation and subterfuge.
Can I use a willpower on this?
Yes, absolutely. All of you can.
Yes, I will be using a willpower. How do I add that?
When you get to the roll modifier, just put it at 3 when it asks you how it asks you for the roll modifier.
Okay.
1 success, 8 dice, 1 success. Screw you, Joe.
That was initiative roll.
Sorry.
Oh, okay, never mind. Way to go, Frisian.
Normal roll. Modifiers 3.
Yes, if you're spending a willpower. All right. So we have 1 from Frank and 1 from Cassandra, and we have 5 from Frisian and 3 from Joe.
Frisia just, if Frisia thinks he spotted, he just stands still for a minute.
Just no
Until-
one even pays attention.
Look, the rainbow people are not here for stealth.
He's out of line, but he's right.
Yep.
So between the group of you, with Frisian having an exceptional success and Joe having a pretty good success, and the other two of you not failing completely, still having a success, you do manage to maneuver your way past the outer security and get into the building, especially because the complement of guards has been reduced because the owner of the house theoretically has taken off and taken some of the guards with them. So you've made it inside. There are 2 complications that you need to deal with in regards to how you're going to fully set up this situation. 1, there is a guard actively manning security, someone who is watching the cameras and checking in on everything, who will probably need to be dealt with if you want to actually set up an ambush, because they will be able to see you setting up an ambush on the cameras otherwise.
We do know where security is, correct?
Yes, you have the layout, you know where everyone is, and you, as guards, are free to walk around the area as long as you don't do anything obviously suspicious, like setting up an ambush, until you've dealt with security. And it's just 1 guard operating the cameras right now because it's just 1 guard complement. The second complication is once everything goes down, these guards will respond unless you can get them to go away. So you're going to need to A, deal with security, the 1 guy manning the cameras, and B, figure out how you're going to distract or eliminate the remaining 4 guards that are actually wandering.
I mean, is there a reason we're not just camping out in his bedroom until he gets back and then jumping him?
The one reason being the guy on the cameras will notice if 4 guards disappear into the bedroom and never come back out.
So where's the guy with the cameras? Like
there's a security office on the 2nd floor that he runs the camera system from.
Are they static cameras or moving cameras?
They are rotating cameras. They swivel to get a larger view of an area.
Okay, so and we know where all the cameras are.
Yeah, you know the layout of the building, and you know where the cameras are, and you know where the security office is. And you do have, like I said, you do have free reign to wander around as long as it doesn't look suspicious, like all of you disappearing into the bedroom.
Hold on. I need to check. I might have an ability that could be incredibly wrong. relevant here.
So instead of taking out the cameras, why don't we just incapacitate the guy watching the cameras?
Where
Is an option,
is-
yes.
You may notice that there's no response from this guy.
I mean, not necessarily kill,
Let's
but like
see.
nice blunt force trauma would be great.
Okay. So my trivial rework ability would not allow me to cause these cameras to not see things, correct?
Real rework. Which contract is that from?
That's a fabulous question.
Contracts.
I'm trying to find the
Going
book.
to assume it's probably Jules.
What?
Yep, trivial reworking.
What does it do? Because I can't find it.
Changeling recalls how her keeper molded items to fit his whims and mimics some of what he did. Cloaks a mundane item of size 3 in her mouth and changes the aspect. No, this you basically put a mask over an object with trivial reworking. It doesn't actually.
Okay. Okay, cool. Just conforming. I mean, so we can take this guy down, tie him up, and
Yeah. Like I said, blunt force trauma, tie him up while he's out cold. That way we don't have to worry about the cameras and incapacitating the cameras. We just incapacitate the one guy. And then for the other 4, we either no distraction would take too much time.
I mean, theoretically, the other 4, if we can take this guy out super fast, and then Marlena gets here, presumably he can just tell them he owns the place and they need to get out, right? Am I missing something?
we don't want those 4 guards around. I think we decided that.
No, we don't want them to see us taking Jackson, fake Jackson, Changeling Jackson,
Right.
Stickman out of the picture.
Yeah, we don't want to see them with the take out the we don't want them to see the fetch in the
Right.
action. Yeah. So
William, could I have been provided with a canteen or something?
Sure.
Just like to hang on off my
You
hip.
have more than enough resources to have a canteen.
Well, it's just whether it's that abnormal outside of the regular security uniform.
This is a
or
private
not.
security company. They're not like they have some regulation. They're not that concerned. It's not like these are police. They're not government regulated. They are. Here's your gear. Whatever you add to it, as long as it doesn't impact your performance, whatever. And as long as you are recognizably one of our guys.
So one of us needs to make it into one or
We can
two
take
of
it
us.
down.
Actually, 2 would probably be better.
I mean, once we have the security room, presumably we can cause a distraction.
Yeah, but we could just get into the security room and take that guy out and then worry about the other 4.
Yeah, but if all four of us go to the security room, that seems a little suspicious, doesn't it?
No. I mean, how can they get a warning if there's no warning to be had? And plus, a distraction would take way too much time.
What happened?
Uh-oh.
Excellent.
Where did we decide? Now that Austin is not like immediately right there, where did we decide the killing? We decided we're okay with killing, right?
We're fine with
the chair.
incidental casualties are a thing that happens, unfortunately. So, but as a heads up, since we probably would have gone over combat capabilities, Calliope can attack. Damn it, I did it again. Cassandra can attack people from 10 feet away.
I mean,
Because of elemental warriors, she's able to fight at long and close range.
I have a brawl. I have brawl in a gun.
And I have a sword and a shield.
And a gun.
And a
You
gun.
all have a gun. It's a cheap gun, but it's a gun.
For the record, Marlena's response to the killing question is, fuck it. They made their choice.
That is 100% accurate. That is
I
listened
for word.
I listened to that episode today. That is word for word.
Wait. Can I have a knife?
Yes, you can absolutely have
I'm concerned by the glee with which you, the anticipatory glee.
Oh.
Frank issued some concern over the idea of killing other people.
Yes.
Yes, we had a long discussion about that, and the ending word was, fuck it, if you don't like it, we're going to do it anyway if we have to. Which we almost certainly have to. Because now I have a knife.
All right.
Joe is going to fight. He's coming right at me.
So if we've gone over combat, Frank and Lisa are...
No, but from behind.
Frank and Lisa are they're a decent shot, but they're better in melee with.
Rizian would have offered for the guy in the security room. I could just scare him shitless.
There.
Oh yeah, go. Yeah,
Everyone
you take the guy.
Did my internet go out?
Well, you are frozen.
You are frozen.
We can hear you.
The problem with scaring him is then he hits the big red button.
He can't act against me, so I'm not sure if he's able to do so.
I mean, hitting a button is not necessarily acting against you. It's hitting a panic button.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna sound the alarm. Okay, then they all get in one place and do.
And it calls an outside security company, and then the cops show up. It's a bad day.
I have a knife and a gun.
Those are for self-defense reasons.
Says you.
Let's not create a self-defense. All right.
I question if he'd have the thought to press an alarm button because he can't think rationally if I scare him.
Yeah, but there's a panic button is there for panic. The button is panic.
Yeah.
Press when panicked.
Yeah,
More than
not
likely,
panic.
yes.
Push when logically capable.
Oh wait, can we lure him out of the room and then you can scare him so he doesn't press the panic button?
Yeah, I mean, if he's not immediately around a panic button, he probably wouldn't be able to think well enough to go run to it. But
See, there you go.
I'm thinking two of us just come up behind him. One grabs the arm, one grabs the mouth. We gag him, we tie him up.
And I slit his throat.
Two people walk
No.
up behind him. One grabs his arm. The other one takes the knife and puts it at the soft spot right here, and then pushes really hard.
Pretty hard.
I can get a new security chair.
my favorite thing is that this talk about killing can easily be happening in character, and then there's going to be the repercussions of actually executing on it. Because premeditated killing of a human is definitely one of the listed breaking points.
All right.
Listed breaking points of what?
Of
A
For
change
his
insanity.
insanity.
Oh.
Which is weird because killing another person is the most human thing to do.
Yeah, it's the premeditated murder aspect. Like killing in self-defense isn't even on the breaking point.
My statement
Okay,
stands. Have you seen Humanity?
Joe just likes true crime, okay?
Regardless,
The literal veteran who saw people set on
To-
fire.
look, we don't have to kill anyone. We just have to gag him and tie him up.
And then kill him.
No, it's not necessary.
Joe, down, girl, down.
Aren't you trying to regain what you lost? Your humanity? Look,
No, that's a good question.
You're not helping.
No.
anyway,
Holly
We can
raises
make
a good point.
What?
Just kill him when Frank leaves the room.
Don't let Frank
Look,
get to the room where
Okay,
the killing
so
happens.
so the plan is we're tying him up and throwing him in to the other side of the room, taking over, right?
which one of us?
whatever-
Which
Joe, whatever you do after that, I'm not gonna stop you.
look? Who's the strongest? I'm pretty strong. I'm not
I
a
got-
weightlifter.
I think
Got
it might
3
be.
dots of strength.
Oh, same.
I also have 3 dots.
I have 2.
Well, Frisian, you and I are pretty good at hand to hand, right? We can
Yeah.
hit up security. I'm pretty sure the 2 of us can take the guy down.
Do you want us to watch the door?
I think that we don't want 4 people in the same place because he sees 4 guards all walking towards security walking towards security when there's only 8 guards in the place. Might look a little funny.
True.
I think you guys need to get in position to set up the ambush. Where are we ambushing this guy?
Which guy? Are we still having the security check?
Fetch.
Oh, the
We're
fetch.
ambushing the
Fetch.
fetch.
No, but we're ambushing the fetch, but we have the other 4 security guards.
Once we have control of security, we can make a diversion. Actually, hold on. Question. Hedge sense. Are there any entrances to the hedge around here?
I mean, every door is a theoretical entrance to the hedge, but there are none that are like innate.
We just send a bunch of mortals into the hedge.
I was not referring to that. Though that
Okay.
it
No.
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 To be clear, this conversation is happening while you guys are heading there, right? I'm not
Yes.
there.
Yes.
yeah,
They're
Okay.
not
no.
there.
Yeah.
This is their local like.
I got a
Amazing.
I got a question for you. What if
I now have plausible
what
deniability.
if I enter security? I
Mhm.
trigger an alarm to call all the security guards come back to security, and I turn the door to security into my own little personal haven. All 4 of them walk into my haven. I close the door. They're stuck there till we're done with them.
I will note that the door only opens like that while it's open, and it looks fucking weird.
Oh, it does.
It's not like I open a door and I suddenly am there. It's I open a door and I can see a door into a different dimension.
Okay.
It's a great plan, but
Fine. Never mind then.
also I don't feel like
So
listen, I don't want to murder anybody, but I also do not want to break them to the point where they're no longer people.
Oh, it's not that bad in there.
Swiss cheese brain.
Bellotta did say something about needing strong antipsychotics to.
Specifically for
Okay.
areas outside of hollows. Hollows are more
Okay.
stable and can be more easily visited.
I'm not talking about throwing them to the wolves. I'm talking about putting them in my little haven.
no, throw them to the dragon.
I'm just saying you combine the plans. By which I mean you kill them all and then you throw their bodies into the hedge.
Okay, all right. Well, in that case, different plan. I can cause the distraction if it's security. I can run around, catch some attention, and I can just vanish if I need to.
But you have to get them all in the same spot.
Yeah, they see an intruder, I guarantee they'll be in the same spot.
Wait, does the security officer count as a fifth person or like
Security officer would be a fifth individual, yes.
Yes, he's the fifth.
individual? Okay.
So
That'd be pretty fucking like detrimental for all 5 security people to abandon their post and come check on an
well,
intruder.
presumably they'll be relying on the one in security, who won't be manning
And
his post.
you have been like given basic overview of security tactics by Bologna
Mhm.
and Fixer. Not Fixer directly, but Bologna relaying through Fixer. Generally speaking, if there is a problem, one of them will divert to deal with it, and if that person is not enough, more will come as needed. So just one person running around would probably just be a target for someone to
Okay.
shoot because they all have guns.
Right, guns exist.
Okay. We
in the hallway.
incapacitate. We
Capacitate.
incapacitate.
We incapacitate security.
We incapacitate the head of security. We tie him up.
Can we? Presumably, there's some sort of comm system in security.
Yes.
Can we
Security
solo?
has access
Can
to
we
cameras
solo
and
call
radio
each of the
access.
security members
Everyone
back
else
to
also has
security?
radio access. So
What if we just start shooting? Because if they hear a bunch of gunshots, they're gonna come running.
And they're gonna radio for help.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that's going to arouse enough suspicion like that, they're going to radio for help. No, actually, is there any sort of security check-in protocol where guards come to check in at security?
they don't. I mean, they can if they need to ask something specific, but typically most security check-ins are radioed.
But why don't we just order a pizza or something and tell them there's pizza? Come get it.
Though, to be frank, are the security guards going to be in position where they're out of view of each other at any point?
Generally, there's only 4 of them, and it's a fucking mansion.
If
Like,
one of
they're
us is
understaffed right now.
sitting, if one of us is sitting at the cameras, we can direct the other ones to take them out one by one. Not tie them up, toss them in the hedge that way. Toss them in my hollow specifically. We're not going any
Now,
crazy
the
route.
other thing that I will note is that only a couple of you are trained combatants, like actually trained combatants. All of these people are trained combatants.
Yeah.
I have a bit of combat training. I know that Frisian does as well. Have either the two of you ever had any form of actual formal training with weapons? Do either of you even know how to point and shoot the gun?
I have
Yes.
survived in the hedge for at least 300 years.
Also known as no formal training.
I've had no formal training, but I grew up in this area. I can point and shoot a gun, and I can brawl in a bar fight. I just can. But so no, it's not formal training, but I can do it.
Yeah, so you're looking at, and this is over the course of preparation and conversation, you will basically learn what your companion's martial skills are. Joe's got a single dot in most of every combat form, so can fight, not necessarily trained at it. Frank has 2 dots in brawl and 1 in firearms and none in weaponry.
And a
Can't really use a knife,
specialization.
can aim a gun, can brawl easily.
And I have a specialization with my claws, and I have 3 dots in both strength and dex.
Yeah, so, and most things will be doing strength unless you've got the fighting finesse feat and merit.
So I'm
Or guns will always use dex, but you know.
I'm not a focused combatant, but I'm not improficient.
Meanwhile, Cassandra has 3 dots of strength and dex, 3 dots of weaponry, 2 dots of firearms, and 2 dots of brawl. Is the trained combatant here.
Yeah.
And then Frisian, who was a trained combatant at one point, but has probably lost a little bit of that skill,
Been
is
standing still
dealing
for
with
like 70 years.
yeah, is dealing with 3 dots of strength and 2 of dex, 1 weaponry, 1 firearm, but 3 brawl. Still a
Okay.
good brawler. Doesn't have all the skills with weapons and guns that they used to have.
So who's going to be okay? So let's decide this. Who's going to be most useful in the command center, and who's going to be most useful in taking out guards?
Who's the most perceptive of us?
That one you will also know is almost certainly going to be Frisian, if I'm going to hazard a guess.
What is the stats for its wits and composure?
At 4 and 2. It's either Frisian or Frank, because it's 4 and 2 for Frisian.
Wits
I'm 5 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 and 3.
So I'm the most perceptive.
Okay,
And
so
2 and
you
3
need,
again for Cassandra.
Okay, so
When we get in, I can run the cameras,
okay.
and the three of you can pick them off one by one.
I think
Just as a general idea roll here, if anyone would like, does anyone have common sense?
I do.
Clearly not.
Go ahead and roll me common
You've
sense.
had common sense this whole time and you haven't been using it? God damn it, Katie.
So you can go ahead and roll me common sense, which is going to be roll wits and composure.
It's gonna be what?
Roll wits and composure.
Wits and composure? You guys can't click common sense? Normal roll?
Yeah, normal roll.
It didn't go, did it?
No, not yet.
Let me try.
Make sure you check your modifier, make sure that's filled in.
It's not popping up.
It's probably hidden behind the character sheet.
Where the hell is this thing? And why roll 20?
Yeah,
Why are you being a bitch?
If you want to reload the page, I can just run the roll for you real quick.
Yeah, I need to reload the page because it's doing nothing.
Okay, you've got 3 successes on your wits and composure.
Okay.
So here is some free advice from the storyteller. Dealing with security and dealing with the guards are 2 different stages.
Okay.
You do not all need to be separated for those 2 stages. While all of you converging as a group on the security office might be suspicious, it's on the 2nd floor and this is a mansion. He can't watch every camera at once, at least not all of them with equal attention. You can converge on the security office from different directions.
Trying to watch a monkey fuck a football. Screw.
You say that as if Marlena would be any help.
Additionally, this guy is going to be a trained combatant, and unless you're using guns, he's going to be difficult to hit. Even with guns, he's going to be difficult to hit because he's wearing armor. So all of you, if you want to be able to take him down before he is able to hit a panic button, the 4 of you piling on him might be ideal.
Okay.
I could always
Because
just
once
try to
you've
send
dealt
him-
with him, then you can deal with the other 4.
I can,
Joe relays this brilliant plan that just came out of the blue.
From seemingly nowhere.
From seemingly nowhere. In a moment of lucidity.
I think a really funny option would be is I could potentially send him several days into the future.
Yes, you could theoretically just send him into the future.
You're
Wait,
muted, Austin.
what?
I think that's a
We
part
just
of me
dis-
thinks it's a bad idea. The other part of me thinks that's a hilarious idea. But go on, Joe.
Okay, so here's what we do. We take it one stage at a time. It's a fucking mansion, right? And the security office is on the 2nd floor. He can't watch all the cameras at once, So we come from 4 different directions. We converge and dogpile on this guy because he's the fucking head of security. He's going to be hard to take down. So we all converge on him so before he has a chance to hit the fucking panic button. And then with him incapacitated, then we can each pick off one of the other 4 guards.
With that plan in place, that's where we're going to take our break.
All right.
Remember, we take our break, you take your break. So sit up, stretch your legs, do whatever you need to do, and we'll be back in just a few minutes.
And we're back.
Welcome back. All right. So it is now time for the execution of the plan that was formed before the break.
Everything will be perfect. No worries.
Yeah, it's almost guaranteed to go wrong just because my dice rolling are a part of it. So, sorry, guys.
Your dice rolling has been like absurd thus far. So
Yeah,
feel like
it
it-
always glitches. Yeah. Thanks for jinxing it because it always glitches out when I need it most.
I feel like now it's guaranteed to go wrong just because Austin said it's going to go fine.
So
fine.
the group of you converge, having taken your time and gathered out. And you all converge on the security office. You're going to have to decide how you're doing this very quickly. So I'm going to ask who is kicking down the door and is going to be the first one in there.
Seeing as she has the most
I'll
like,
do it.
spots, Cassandra.
So, understanding that the group of you are entering in a particular order, I'm going to have all of you roll initiative.
It's just wits composure, right?
It is going to be a D10. It's going to be a single D10 plus your wits and composure ratings.
Cool.
Or you can click roll initiative there at the top.
Austin doesn't do that.
Or dexterity and composure ratings. Sorry, not wits.
Man. I rolled really low.
We're off to some great rolls.
Oh, really, really low.
All right, so we have 7, 5, 7, and 12. Let's find out what the security guard rolls. All right, Wesley, what do you have? I have an initiative of +8. All right.
Well, fuck.
I would like to go first.
With what ability?
Unravel the tapestry.
Okay. So let me read on how that one works.
I can either turn back time 10 seconds or put myself at the top of the initiative. I believe it is 2 points of glamour to do so. But I could be
Which contract is that in?
wrong. Mirror.
Mirror? Okay. So unravel the tapestry. There we are. So you're going to roll. You're going to spend 2 glamour and 1 of your willpower points.
Okay.
And you are going to. Yeah, you do not fit the loophole. You are going to roll wits, occult, and weird.
And okay. Blitz, occult, and weird. Oh wait. Oh, go back to the top of the initiative roster. Wait, I'm looking at that wording now, and I don't think I might not have read it right. What does go back to the top of the initiative roster? One full. Oh, okay. Does that just mean?
Yeah, it means rewind the turn so you can do it again if it went badly.
Okay. For some reason, I thought it meant I go to the top of the roster as in I go first. I misread that.
No, it goes
Never mind
back
then.
a full turn if everything
Well, then.
went badly.
Well, let me wait and see what he does first then before I do that. Sorry, I misread that.
It looks as you kick down the door, Cassandra, and you shove your way in. It looks like you had not converged quite abstrusely enough, and he did manage to pick up that something was going weird, and he was trying to figure out what it was when you kicked the door down, which means he was ready and on the trigger, and does pull his sidearm and level it and fire as you step in the door.
I would like to activate the second dot of my Elemental Warrior merit.
What does the second dot of Elemental Warrior do?
It allows me to... it is Defensive Flurry. It allows me to add half my weird rounded down and my dice... Oh, never mind. It's for dodge. Well, hold on. Allows the character to dodge firearms attacks as well, but doesn't apply defense against them. So adds half my weird rounded down in my dodge.
I will also note that you have a different thing that might work better here.
The shield is going to be better.
No, you have fake hunting.
That's very true. That's very true. To contracts.
You can spend 2 glamour, and your defense applies to firearms, and you never lose it, even if you're surprised or distracted.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. So I have a defense of 5.
Okay. So he's
an armor of
-5.
3 versus ranged.
So what's your actual armor rating? Is it 2-3?
2-3. Yeah.
So you're gonna, if whatever damage he deals here, 3 of it's gonna turn to bashing, and then it'll be reduced by 2. So first off, he's going to take his attack, which is going to be physical attributes, dexterity 3, and physical skills, firearms 3. Okay, so we got 6, and then the damage of the gun, which is Darkness Armory. Handguns. 9mm. 6, 8, reduced by 5. He's got 3 dice on this attack. So that would be 2 damage that would be inflicted. However, it would be 2 lethal damage. Your 3 ballistic armor reduces it to 0 to bashing damage. And then your 2 general armor reduces that to 0 damage.
So just...
And it hurts, but because it was reduced all to bashing damage and none of it left was lethal, you don't take any damage at all.
Question, where did it hit?
Like center mass, just like... He was a good shot, but...
I like how you're already referring to him as a was.
But now, next in the initiative order is going to be well, actually, next in the initiative order is Frank.
So you all just saw Cassandra get shot.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's gonna be at least a roll.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me
With
resolving composure.
Resolving composure. Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. You have 4 successes. You decide.
Okay,
You are in enough control to stay as Frank if you need to.
cool. Frank, can I see the panic button?
Yes. It is right above the hand that is currently holding the gun. Unfortunately, he reached for the gun instead of the panic button on his first instinct.
Cool.
Typical cop.
I am going to dive between him and the panic button to stop him from pressing it.
All right. Roll me strength and athletics. Just
And
to
I'm
interpose yourself and prevent him from being able to hit the button.
going to spend a willpower because we're spending willpower like it's candy today.
You can spin candy?
In Lisa's world, probably.
Yeah,
I mean, fair.
2 successes,
2 successes.
is
should.
plenty enough to basically shove yourself bodily and just barrel into him and force yourself between him and the panic button.
Cool. Does he have a headset on or anything, or radio, or is he pretty much relying?
He has
on
the
this?
radio, but it's on his chest. You would have to like reach and grab it, like standard like walkie-talkie activate radio.
Cool.
Next in line, Joe and Frisian are both going. You can decide how you want to interact your turns together, if you so desire.
Shawnee, since I had to refund those 2 dots, I gave myself another dot in Elemental Warrior and just bought the 5th dot in resources, because why the fuck not?
Yeah.
Hey, Frisian, what do you want to do?
I'm going to make him terrified.
Oh, refund which 2 dots?
Sword and Shield is not a fighting style in 2nd edition.
Oh, weird.
So I just gave myself.
I would say it applies enough that you could probably still use it. Like a lot of the 1st edition fighting styles translate just fine.
Okay,
If you wanted to hold on to it.
I will do that then.
I would like to terrify him with the
Which book is Sword and Shield
overpowering
in?
dread.
The World of Darkness
Yeah.
book.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
So yeah, Frisian and Joe, what are you guys up to?
So what do you just so I understand, Frisian, what do you need to be able to do? Like, do you need a line of sight on him to be able to frighten him, or how does that work?
Yeah, I need to see him and then methodically destroy an object, which is just tearing a piece of paper into shreds. It's not like that simple of an object.
Okay, so where is the guard? So I'm just trying to get a lay of the. So where are all the players?
So the current layout is as Cassandra has kicked the door in and stepped through.
Okay.
It's a small square room, and there is basically a desk in like halfway through, and then he's standing behind it.
Mhm.
And Cassandra has kicked in the door and stepped in. Frank has rushed past her to interpose themselves between the security guard and their panic button.
Mhm.
So Frank is basically up in this guy's face. And you and Frisian are still just outside the door.
So I just need to step into the door frame to see him.
Pretty much.
I got brandish a knife. It just let Frisian do what Frisian's gonna do, and I'm just gonna be there as intimidation.
Okay.
Yeah. So I activate the contract overpowering dread. What is the loophole for this actually? That's not the loophole for overpowering dread. I don't suppose I can be standing in shadows and take the target by surprise, can I?
Oh, actually, so the sword and shield is specifically one of the ones that you might need to replace because they changed the way shields work specifically in the second edition. So if you want to go ahead and replace those 2 dots, you're welcome to. You can also get a different fighting style if you want.
I'm thinking about it.
So you were going to use the contract. What's the name of the contract again?
Overpowering Dread is in
Overpowering Dread, and you said it's mirror
sword.
Overpowering Dread. Presence, intimidation, and weird versus the target's composure and weird. Okay, they don't have any weird, so it's just going to be their composure.
And I was asking, I don't suppose I could be standing in shadows and take the target by surprise.
I will say, because of this mansion being as complex as it is, and with everyone else standing in the doorway, and this having been somewhat of a surprise, yes, you do fulfill the loophole.
Fantastic.
Because I can even like step in front of you with a knife and you can like come out from behind me and then just like surprise, bitch.
Present, intimidation, and weird. Can I spend willpower on this?
Absolutely.
Let's spend a willpower. It's a good thing I spent willpower.
All right, 3 successes. What's his composure? He could theoretically make this. He didn't make this.
So he is now frightened.
All right, so success.
Frightened condition.
You curse them with the frightened condition. Which the frightened condition. He can't approach the source of his fear or act against it, and if the only way out involves going near the source of his fear, he'll collapse on the ground in terror. Condition lasts until the end of the scene. Suppressing its effects for a turn costs a point of willpower. So if he wants to do anything against Frisian or get anywhere closer to Frisian, he has to spend willpower to do anything. He wants to get out now. Excellent. Meanwhile, Cassandra, what are you up to? Sorry, Joe, you were just brandishing, right?
Yeah, I was brandishing.
Okay, so you're standing there being ready in case. Cassandra. Go ahead and roll me manipulate. Go ahead and roll me presence and intimidation. Joe.
Me? Oh, okay.
Oh, me? Oh.
For brandishing knife.
Watch this be the most like non-threatening thing ever. Presence and what?
Intimidation.
Is there any bonus to that considering he is frightened already?
I will take that into consideration.
Okay.
Damn it, seriously? Roll 20. Why are you being a bitch? Presence.
You got it selected.
Yeah, it's not.
Here, you want me to roll that one for you again?
Let me give it one more try and then I'll let you do it. Presence and intimidation. Is it because I'm getting like sheet roll, attack roll, simple roll.
Sheet roll, normal. It should be a normal sheet roll.
Normal sheet roll. I don't know what's going on.
It looks like you've got it selected as far as I can tell on your character sheet.
Yeah, but I like no little things popping up like it usually does.
Mm.
Yeah, I guess you're gonna have to roll for me.
That's fine. 3 successes. Individual looks further intimidated than they previously were after being magically frightened. Cassandra, what are you up to?
So I didn't have to refund those 2 dots. It's just weapon and shield now instead of sword and shield.
Oh, okay.
So
That tracks because it's not always you're not always going to use a sword with your shield.
So how do I make an all-out attack?
All-out attacks, as part of the combat rules, as you start pulling up things that even I am not super familiar with, because World of Darkness is not always clear about how their game works. Attack. Okay, all-out attack. So you get +2 dice on the attack roll, but you lose your defense for the turn.
Cool. Since I have 2 dots of weapon and shield, I have Boar Snout, which means I do not lose my defense.
Very nice.
And I add +1 defense to anybody else who's using this, but they're not. So I will go with an all-out attack. Which is this strength or dex?
You don't have the fighting finesse merit,
no.
I'm assuming? So it will be strength and weaponry.
Strength, weaponry. We'll do willpower. No. We won't do willpower, but we'll do an all-out attack. 4 successes.
Oh, I'm sorry. We need to re-roll that real quick because his defense does apply. He does have defense, and you might want to use willpower after seeing his defense. His defense is 4.
Okay, so yeah, I will do that with willpower.
And you're the only person who's attacked him, so he's got his full defense complement right now.
4 successes.
Remember, you're going to subtract his defense from your number of dice, so you're going to be rolling at a -1. Sorry, you're going to be rolling at a +1 rather than you're rolling at one total extra die.
Okay.
Once you get 4 successes again, though.
2 successes. So
2 points of would-be lethal damage. It does not get reduced by the ballistic armor of his flak vest, but it does get reduced to 0 by the generic armor. But he still takes a bashing damage because it was still lethal damage coming at him. So he takes 1 point of bashing damage. And you will return to the start of the turn. It comes back to him. His turn is now, and he wants to leave, but he also needs to try and get past people. He is frightened. How much willpower does this man even have? He's got a decent amount of willpower. He's going to spend one of his willpower so that he can act while under the effects of frightened right now. And he is going to try to just shove past the pile of people in the doorway to try and get out away from people. So I'm going to need, honestly, all 4 of you to roll me a strength and athletics, and he's going to have to roll the highest out of all of you to successfully shove his way past all of you. He's got 5 dice to do this with. It's not going to be hard. If any of you get a success, he stops.
Yeah, it's still not letting me.
Pens keep exploding.
Yep.
Yes, they do.
Cool. 3 successes. Oh, sorry. 4 successes.
Okay.
Off of 4 dice.
The only one who didn't stop this man was Joe. And that's fine, because he starts to try and run, and just Frank and Cassandra are just immediately there. Cassandra shoves the shield into him, and Frank just puts a hand on his shoulder and forces him back as he tries to break out. That is unfortunately his turn, as he tried to build distance. So, Frank, you're up.
I'm going to kneel down a little bit. I'm going to make you an offer that you'd be really wise not to refuse. How about I take this duct tape, I duct tape you to this chair, I gag your mouth, And then there's no reason for anyone to stab you with a sword, shoot you with a gun, impale you with a knife, or any of the other really creative things I've heard them talking about doing to you. All right? Can we come to that deal?
Roll me manipulation and persuasion. You are at a -1 because he is actively in a combat scenario with you.
I'm going to spend a willpower on this.
All right, so I'll change it from -1 to +2.
Two successes.
2 successes. He is considering that course of action. We will find out what happens on his turn. Meanwhile, Cassandra and... Or not Cassandra, Joe and Frisian.
Mm-hmm.
What are you guys up to?
Can I harvest glamour off of him?
Sure. He is
This is, like,
absolutely feeling
terrifying.
fear right now.
Fantastic.
Roll me manipulation and intimidation.
What was that?
Manipulation and intimidation to try and harvest some fear off of him.
Intimidation. Set selected, yes. And I need to check. Because I have Fair Harvest. I have the Fair Harvest merit set for fear. Character fears particular favor, chooses a specific emotion, and he rolls to harvest emotion. Enjoy the 8 again quality.
Oh, so you get 8 agains. Very good. Set your roll to 8 again, and then roll it off.
And submit.
Only 1 success. You get 1 glamour off of it.
I got back the glamour I spent. I didn't even spend a glamour on this. I just get
Yep.
back a glamour. Fantastic.
Joe, what are you up to?
Joe is going to move further into the room. Because Frank is in front of him right now, correct?
Yes, as is Cassandra.
Okay. Joe is going to come behind him and just like hold the knife like with the flat side down, just against the back of his neck. Not doing-
Roll me manipulation and intimidation as well.
You know my dice aren't working.
Yeah, I'll do it for you if you want.
I hate this. I finally get to roll dice and my thing is not fucking rolling dice.
I will say, with the piled on situation, you will get 2 extra dice in this. Do you want to spend a willpower?
Yeah, let's spend a willpower.
All right, so 5 total extra dice. 2 more successes. Go ahead and mark that willpower off.
Yep.
He's okay. Cassandra, what are you up to?
Did we hear what Frank had to say?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I wasn't being quiet.
Okay. She is going to... Can I hold an action?
Sure.
Yeah, I'm going to... I'm going to hold an attack in case he chooses the wrong option here.
Okay.
So she's just going to lower that sword for a second.
So it's his turn. He has taken a grand total of 5 intimidations. One of them was for harvesting glamour, but it was still there. And is frightened. And has been offered a potential out. So he looks at everything that's going on around him, drops his gun, and sits down in the chair with his hands up.
I pull the radio off of him. All right. Who wants to spin the chair? I hold the duct tape. All right, Joe.
All right, Joe, you go ahead and do that. And Cassandra's going to now take just sort of wheel the chair to the side and start looking through the cameras to see if she can get a view on where security details are at.
So this all happened very fast. You got eyes on security details, and you can see that one of them is looking in your direction, like just in the general direction of where you guys are, and is pulling up their radio. And a second later, you hear from his radio that you've taken from him. Security, what just happened? We heard a gun discharge.
Oh God! Please, somebody reference the Star Wars quote.
Real quick, is there anything mechanical in this room that could fail?
That radio.
The radio.
guns.
I mean, like,
Radio.
this is a security room. We have you have like monitors for watching all the cameras and a computer for operating it, and it is otherwise a fairly empty room. There's a whiteboard on the wall and a desk.
To be fair, something mechanical that can fail is there's 5 guns in the room.
Yes. Frank is not the best liar.
He'd be the perfect one to say it then.
So yeah, who's reacting and what are they doing?
I'm gonna hold the radio, but if no one says anything, I'll click back. Yeah. One of the new guys got a lesson to learn about gun safety. Could someone come up here and we can handle some change and shift? Don't worry, I have his gun.
Roll me manipulate subterfuge.
All right.
Sandra looks like she's about to rip your head off.
I just still have the knife at the guy's neck. Like I'm looking at Cassandra going,
Look, somebody didn't know how to turn the safety on their gun and it just accidentally discharged.
We just had a slight weapons malfunction, is what you're saying.
Look, it's been
how are
70
you?
weapon
years.
discharged early. It happens to everybody.
We're all fine
We're all
here.
fine here. How are you?
How are you?
Well, we didn't have long to do anything and no one said anything, so okay.
My thought comes to mind is like, look, guys, it's been 70 years since I had range training, okay?
Yes, please tell them that. That'll work out great.
I don't have a whole lot of subterfuge, so can I be representing the Motley?
Yes, you are in
Yes.
fact representing the Motley right
Okay.
now.
Who's got the highest manipulation subterfuge?
Not I, said the cat.
This is in fact the exact place where you would want to use this this pledge that you've got.
I, in
Does that
fact, have
include
0
people who are
subterfuge.
away?
Yes, it does in fact.
I have
Okay.
2 and
Oh,
2.
because
You're not part of the Motley.
You're not part of the Motley.
darn.
Actually, manipulation subterfuge would not be me.
So
I have
So
2
whoever so it is going to be your manipulation regardless, but whoever has the highest subterfuge.
I have
Does
2.
you have 2 dots in subterfuge?
Mhm.
Okay, well, we'll still be spending that willpower.
I have 0 dots in subterfuge.
Wow, none of you are good liars.
Hey!
I'm a singing rainbow cat.
First of all, 4 dots objectively is a good liar. It's not a world class liar.
All right,
Go,
well,
Frank.
Holy.
that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
That's
successes.
5
That's
successes.
an exceptional success.
Ugh.
It was a bad lie, but it was told really well.
So you hear radio back. Roger that. I'll be up there in a minute.
Thanks.
Cassandra is going to just everybody hide. And just going to stand behind the open door.
Are there is there anywhere out of sight of the door, like a flat wall?
Oh, they're like this door is on like the right hand side of the room walking in. So there's the entire left hand portion of the wall that the door is on that people can stand on.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go into the left side wall. Just
I'm going to this security guard. How he's pretty thoroughly duct taped, right?
I'm not even gonna make you roll for it. You very easily can tie him up with duct tape.
How well can he be gagged?
You can put duct tape over his mouth.
As long as we want to.
How much noise can he make if he hears his friend coming to warn him?
He can go and maybe thrash around in his chair and make it clank a little bit.
If you use enough duct tape, you can't even do that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You go around and then you go around.
You make a helmet for him.
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to suggest shoving a sock in his mouth, then I don't wear socks. So we'll go with that. Shove him in the corner.
Okay, you're getting on me about slitting his throat, and you're trying to suffocate him.
He has a nose. I'm gonna trapdoor spider.
Trapdoor spider's trick.
Yep. I am in the wall, so that when this guy comes in, everybody else is hiding on the left, and I can be on his right.
Does it make that noise?
It can.
I mean, maybe for him.
Frank just walks over to the wall, pulls it open like a door, and just steps inside, and then closes it behind him.
As soon as no one's looking at Frisian, he just kind of disappears. I'm going to use the Darkling Blessing and just turn into shadows.
I just assumed security.
So notably, trapdoor spider's trick makes an opening look like not an opening. It doesn't make an opening where there is none.
Oh, I thought that you hide in walls.
I need to read my through an opening, be it a door, a window, or a hole in a wall, and cloaks it with glamour to make it seem impassable or not even there at all.
Never mind, then I'll just hide like a normal person.
Okay, here's what you do: you knock a hole in the wall and then make it.
Yeah, but then I have to fit in it. So, okay.
Oh wow.
Such is life. I think we've got the jump on
one dude. So you have a couple of minutes. You have a minute or two before the second guard walks into the room. I'm assuming the majority of you are holding actions to do a thing. What are you all holding?
I'm gonna hold an action to grab the man's gun.
I'm going to hold an action that when he opens the door, I follow it, and then I can jump out. Yeah, because I am shadows.
You follow
the door.
Oh, the door.
So as he opens the door, I can get behind him because I am hidden in shadow. I am not a physical person at the moment.
Which contract did you use for that?
Kith Blessing.
Oh, your Kith Blessing? Okay, cool. You are, what is it?
Spend a point of willpower. Your character may touch something insubstantial and become part of it for 3 consecutive turns. So I had to time it.
Yeah, so when you start hearing their feet coming down, you sort of hide in the shadow.
Yeah.
You don't have to hear anything. Look at a camera.
Yeah.
So I hold my action and then I'll jump out behind him and probably
you hide in the shadow of the door.
Yeah.
Joe?
I'm gonna stick with my knife.
Are you going to brandish or stab?
Brandish at the moment.
Okay. And Cassandra.
Sword.
Okay. What kind of attack are we talking?
We'll go all out attack.
We're gonna maintain. Actually, no. All of you roll another initiative. Well, I'll roll for.
Oh, I can do it. Initiative rolls work. Those work for me.
Hey, I did a lot better this time.
As did I.
Austin, roll me another initiative.
Dang it.
So their initiative is the highest. However, they will be surprised, so they won't be going on this first turn. As the guard walks in the door and is immediately caught by surprise, they are surprised, so they won't get their defense to defend against any attacks coming at them, and everything that was held goes off. So Frisian, you pop up behind them out of the shadow of the door. Cassandra, go ahead and roll me an attack with your sword. Their defense is now 0 because they're surprised.
Can I actually overpowering dread him too?
You have surprised them and you were hiding in shadows. You do fit the loophole to do it again.
Yup.
0 successes, of course.
As it goes.
He does get his composure.
You're missing the damage value on your sword, by the way.
I am.
Change it to an attack roll.
That would be why. Okay.
There you go. That's 5 damage.
Crunch.
You want me to go ahead and roll the overpowering dread?
Yeah, roll your overpowering dread. Roll me your manipulation and intimidate, Joe. And Frank, roll me dexterity and sleight of hand because you're trying to snag their gun before they can reach for it.
Larceny.
Yep.
Dexterity and larceny, yes.
Still not working. You can roll initiative. I can't roll anything else.
I'm willing to bet that the modifier window is showing up and just hiding somewhere. Manipulation, intimidation.
I do nothing. That's okay, because I don't think it's going to be a problem in a second.
How many health boxes does this fool have? 9. So almost all but 4 of them have been immediately filled up. Well, correction. Their armor is 2, so they take 3 damage. They take 3 lethal damage. Immediately. That wasn't fun. But now it goes back and now it's their turn. As they also draw a gun and try and fire it. However, they're firing at Cassandra, who has their full defense against this gun. So what's your defense again? 5?
5. Does he have any penalties when firing into melee range?
Normally it would be that your defense applies, but your defense always applies.
Yep. Defense of 5.
One would be 1 damage that then completely goes away again because of your bulletproof vest.
Y'all need to stop shooting me.
So again, what is everyone else doing?
Cassandra, you're the one he shot at. What are you doing?
You gotta be fucking kidding me. So I just rolled like an intelligence and like what's an intelligence roll for the 3 remaining guards to see if they thought anything of that gun. 0 successes across the board. So as long as another gunshot doesn't go off, they thought it was just part of the whole demonstrating weapon safety thing that was going on. with regards to the previous lie.
We'll take it. We need it right now.
So what's everyone else doing?
Can I grab him by the back of the neck and just sink my claws in?
Absolutely. Roll me a brawl attack. They do have their defense now, though, so you are going to be at a -4.
Strength. Brawl.
Plus the damage of your roll. Make it an attack roll with your claws.
Attack. My claws just make it
Make it lethal. Yeah.
yeah. So you said -4?
Yeah. His defense is 4. All right. His defense for the rest of the round has been reduced to 3 because you've made an attack on him.
I just lightly tickle the back of his neck.
Cassandra, what are you up to?
You know what? I'm going to attempt Frank's. God damn it, Pinkie Pie. Sorry. I'm going to attempt Frank's course of action here, and I'm just going to put the point of that sword directly below his chin.
Roll me manipulation and intimidation.
I am not good at either of those.
You can spend a willpower if you like.
I'm gonna have to. Okay. Hold on. Why are you not deselecting anything? Okay. Weird. Manipulation and intimidation, and we'll spend a willpower. 2 successes.
Okay. Frank, what are you up to?
I'm gonna try to grab his gun arm and just lock it up behind his back, crossbar him.
Roll me strength and athletics. They're still getting their defense, so you're going to be at a -3 for this kind of thing.
Cool.
Rex, defense is now down to 2. Joe, what are you up to?
I'm gonna back up Cassandra and she's got him here. I'm gonna do the same thing I did to the other guy. The knife at the back of the neck.
Roll manipulation and intimidation.
Will today be the day? No, it will not.
Are you spending willpower on this?
Oof. Better not.
Yep.
Better save it. Yeah. That's more like it.
So it's their turn. Unlike the previous guy, they've actually been hit like hard, and know what this sword can do, and see their friend tied up and gagged, so they know that you're not actually just killing them outright. So with 4 people surrounding them with weapons, and already being injured, they just put hands up.
Frank, go ahead and take that gun for me, would you?
Gun. Radio. Sorry, Joe. No spinny chair this time. I say as I pull out a fresh roll of duct tape.
That's okay. There
All
are
right.
ways.
Or you set him on top of his friend. Then you don't keep them again.
I appreciate the sense of humor.
Oh, we can mummify him with duct tape.
God damn it.
We could tape him to the wall.
Look, I'm going to suggest you put your arms down
Feeling.
by your side really tight and turn, or I'll have to take one of their suggestions.
And they will let you basically like wrap them in duct tape.
You know, if we recovered you with cellophane first, we can make a duct tape dummy, and I could make a mean fursuit for you.
I think I'll settle for being held hostage.
So
But, like-
Cassandra's
But if you had to pick a persona,
Look, that's not my thing, and I don't
Hey.
really care.
Hey, you know what? We can put it over your mouth too, so you don't have to answer any of his questions.
Please.
Cassandra's going back to the monitors.
The 3 remaining guards are still on their patrols and don't seem to be paying any attention. Meanwhile, while this is going on, Jackson,
Yep.
you and why am I forgetting names? Marcella. And your 4 guards are heading back to your vehicle to get on the way to
Uh-huh.
to the mansion.
We're moving. We're still walking. Don't stop.
So you make it about you make it about halfway to your car. Your car is parked in the back parking lot behind Rapture, so that it wouldn't be obvious, and you could get away if you needed to easily. And you are about to the car when a pair of hulking hobgoblin figures drop from the roof of nearby buildings and land adjacent to your group.
Oh, motherfuckers, what do you want?
As immediately one of them just swings a block of metal and rebar at one of the hunters, and sends them sprawling as the other 3, including Bologna, pull out weapons and react, as there is now a fight happening here.
All right.
So I'm gonna need initiative from the 2 of you.
You get my spouse killed. I swear to the gods.
It has nothing to do with me.
How do we roll initiative in this?
There's a roll initiative button at the top of your character sheet.
So there is. Thank you.
Hey,
14. I feel like I needed to click on something and I
Yep,
didn't. Though.
that's right.
Okay.
8, 14. A pair of hobgoblins here. These are Trod trolls. They're not super smart, but they are tough. Well, they're not quite Trod trolls, but they're very similar. And they're going to roll their initiative. Theirs is 6. Then we have a squad of hunters. All right. So Marcella, your stats are better than the trolls, so you are going to. Actually, no, you're actually a little worse. So the troll's going to go before you.
Okay.
Their defense is 3, so this is going to be. Tier is going to roll. I'm going to use tier stats as a relevant. I'm going to use their HKMP7. -3. He has no armor, so he just takes one of those. As Bologna just sort of raises up their assault rifle and fires. They're using a non-lethal weapon, so it's bashing rather than lethal, but it's fine. And then it's the first troll who is going to try and... The first troll is going to try and take a swing at the nearest person, who is going to end up being... I'm going to roll a quick D4 here. It's going to end up being Marcella.
All right.
What's your defense, Marcella?
Where's defense?
It is right under your glamour and stuff.
Oh, I
Above
see
your
it.
experience.
6.
Oh boy. Well,
He's gonna try to roll.
strength and brawl. He is rolling what would be 11 dice minus 6 is going to be 5 dice. That would be 2 successes. That would normally be bashing damage across or lethal damage across you. However, you have a couple of tricks that you can use if you would like to.
Okay.
So your fighting style is Aikido,
Yes.
which means that you have the ability to throw this man in response to his attempt to hit you.
Yes, I would very much like to do that.
So real quick.
Can I throw him into the other troll?
Oh, probably.
Whatever this is.
So first off, Aikido. You have Ukemi and Aki and Shihonage. Roll a dexterity and brawl.
Okay.
If you get more than 2 successes, you can then immediately Shihonage the target.
There we go. 1 success.
So you reduce. Actually, you don't reduce it at all because you failed the thing. Okay. So you take 1 point of lethal damage, or 2 points of lethal damage.
Okay.
As their claw scrapes across. The other one is going to attack. What is your defense? Yeah. What is your defense, Marlena?
5.
Excellent.
Excellent for whom?
For Marlena, 5 is a good defense.
Okay.
Especially because that's 1 success to try and deal a single lethal damage to you.
Yep.
As the other one scrapes across with a claw, and you take 1 lethal damage.
Bitch, I don't have time for you.
You've got the other 2 remaining soldiers who are going to use the same stats as Bologna, so I'm just going to use their character sheet real quick. Both open fire on the same target, so they're going to be at -2 and then -1. Wow. Okay, 2 more damage to that one. Marlena, what are you up to?
I say what I said, and I walk right by. I am walking to my car.
All right. You duck away. You duck away from these 2 hobgoblins as the rest of your party are fighting them, and walk over to your car.
This is not any problem. Not unless my fetch is taken to hiring hobgoblins, in which case
I mean, to be fair, some fetches did definitely hire hobgoblins to go after the Prince of Dragons, so.
I mean, you're not wrong. And you know what? Either way, even if it is, we move past this and we just walk by the whole situation. And what are they going to do? They're hobgoblins running around in the real.
Yep. Well, you've got a quartet of hunters, one of whom is unconscious right now, but the other three are trying to solve that problem right
Also,
now.
that. I'm not. Look, that's what the help is for. I didn't say that.
So, Bologna, like, drops the gun and is like, fuck this, and reaches behind their back and pulls their spiked bat. And is just gonna take a fucking baseball swing at this troll. They're gonna put one of their willpower into it, because this troll is out of defense right now. Swinging for the fucking fences, as they just sort of slam across this troll with the spiked bat, dealing 2 lethal damage to it. Its turn comes back around, and now it's swinging at Bologna. Fortunately, Bologna's defense is A6, and B, they have armor. Or sorry, defense of 3. Their defense is not as high. Defense of 3, but they do have armor. So they're going to be rolling at a 8 dice. They take 1 lethal damage because their armor, or sorry, they take no lethal damage, they take a bashing damage because their armor will block all that. And then Marcella, what are you up to?
Is there still one in front of me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to try to use my Aikido again.
What would you like to do?
Ideally, I would like to throw this thing into the other one, if
All right.
possible.
Roll me dexterity and brawl. He's got his defense back, so you're going to be at a -3.
Okay, can I use a willpower on this?
Yes, so you'll be at a 0 then.
Okay.
Actually, I think you'll be at, because you have brawl Aikido, you'll be at a +1. Yeah, because you have an Aikido specialty.
Three successes.
Yep. So, Marcella, or not Marlena, as you're walking to the car, you've gotten to the door and are about to pull it open. When you see Marcella, this very thin, very frail-looking ice woman, standing in front of this hulking troll, just sort of grab its wrists as it tries to slash at her, put her foot into the front of its ankle, and flip it over her shoulder and throw it into the other one as they both go sprawling onto the ground.
Nicely done. Can we go?
She looks back at the other hunters fighting. What about them?
I mean, isn't this like Christmas for them?
All right,
or
come on.
at least a work day.
No,
Yeah, I'm joking. I'm joking. Yes, get in the car. Everybody, security people, we're leaving now.
Yeah, 1 second.
Take your time. We're not on a schedule.
As the other ones pull, they sort of drop the non-lethal weapons and pull their regular handguns, and just start firing into this the prone bodies because they've lost their defense, being knocked out, being knocked on their ass. So. Yep. The two that are still standing and assisting Bellona just fire a pair of handguns into one of the trolls and it goes down. There's one left standing, which or not standing, it's on the ground. Which Bellona just walks over with their spiked bat and just like golf swings at its head while it's on the ground. They're going to go full all-out attack. They're going to spend another willpower, and they're prone, and they're using a specialty weapon, so this is going to be a total of like 6 extra dice. And it's a spiked bat, so it has 9 again. This fucking cracks this thing in the face with a spiked bat for 6 lethal damage. Oh, sorry, that was
It's
even
the firearms.
I used the firearms on accident, so they actually need to roll an extra d10 there. Okay, it's same amount anyway. And it's going after you, Marcella. What are you doing on your turn? It's on the ground already.
Oh, me. Sorry.
Yes, that's
Marcella and
you.
Marlena are both very similar. Sorry. I thought that was her. It's going after me.
Yes. Well, it's on the ground. It's not going after you yet. You go before it.
I'd just like to kick it in the face.
All right. Roll me dexterity and brawl.
Merlin
It's
this
lost
time
its defense at the moment, so you're no penalty. And you actually had a +1 because of your Aikido specialty.
Merlin this time has removed a cigarette case from her purse and opened it up, taken one out, and is in the process of slowly lighting it up.
4 more bashing
As she
damage to its
watches.
face as you just kick it in the head. And then the other 2 are just going to use their firearms again.
Marcella just looks at Marlena. Enjoying the show?
I mean, you could be doing a little bit faster. We do have to get a move on.
As you say that, the 2 remaining non-unconscious security team who are not Bellona just empty their pistols into the remaining troll as it goes down.
Well, there you go. Shall we go?
Bellona walks
Everybody
over and
all
helps
right?
pick up their 4th that got clobbered. Yeah, they'll be okay. They look a little concussed, but we'll get them taken care of. Sort of
Wonderful.
loads them into the back of the car.
Yep.
I'll send a cleaner out to go deal with this. Let's get you back to the mansion.
All righty. Start up the car and off we go.
All right, you take off. Roll me. Who's driving? Are you
Probably me, I'll be honest.
Okay. I was going to ask if you were driving or if you're letting someone else drive. Roll me dexterity and drive just to see how well you can get there while avoiding any road that you might accidentally run into your fetch on.
Yeah, it's dexterity, that thing that I have plenty of.
Run
Or
over your
drive.
fetch on.
That thing I have plenty of, I guess I should say.
Yeah, depending on how big your car is,
makes
actually,
sense.
meeting them on the road might be ideal.
Like, failing a driver doesn't mean we crash the vehicle.
No. It just means I also want you... Actually, no, I'm going to have to roll for them rather than you rolling anything here. They get 0 successes. They don't even notice you on the road as you drive past them.
All right.
So you make it back.
Mm-hmm.
In a car that was very specifically chosen to be identical to the car that he normally drives.
Right.
Um,
Pull up to the gate.
You guys are operating the security office, so the gate speaker box.
Push the button.
The security
Hello?
office rings up. As Cassandra, you look over and you can see the car in front of the gate.
Can I determine which button is the intercom?
Is there a drag driver or an old driver?
There is a drag driver. Yes, there's an easy like gate intercom button over by the computer.
It's the good one.
Like, welcome home.
Hello. Thank you much. Can you let me in, please?
Cassandra will hit the button.
The gate opens and you drive in.
Yep.
You
Pull up into the
you pull up into the garage that is separate for your several cars, conveniently taking the space that was emptied by the car that your fetch took out.
Oh, this is gonna be fun. All right. Get out. Head on in.
Bologna helps lug their still recovering from concussion teammate in with while the rest of the security team walks you inside.
Yep.
Do I have eyes in the garage?
Yep.
She's just she sees the obviously injured individual and then just eyes go up and down on Tyr, and then okay, they're fine.
Tyr looks completely uninjured. Well, no, correction. They look like they've taken a hit, but it doesn't look to be more than like a cut across their face.
All right. She will turn around to the group. What do we do from here?
I mean, I'm assuming that we can. You know what? Jackson's cell phone is still on, right?
I would like to assume.
I will call Jackson. I'm assuming there are still a couple of security
Good
guards around.
evening.
Yep.
Yeah. Look, I'm going to direct you through a very specific means of getting up here. I just don't want any awkward explaining with you running into the security I got eyes on. There's still a couple out there.
All right.
And I will guide them to the security room while avoiding any of the routes the guards are actively taking.
Yeah. And there are only 3 guards currently still on patrols. So you and your security detail make your way up to the security room.
I've got an idea.
Go on.
I don't know if this is something that you can do, but can you patch me into the comms?
Probably, yes.
Even
if it's as simple as holding your phone up to the radio.
Yeah.
Grab radio. Sure.
All right, and once I get, hello, gentlemen. I am home early. There are some situations I will apprise you of later, but for now, you officially have the day off. Leave.
Roll me manipulation and subterfuge. You are at a +3 automatically because you are literally the person that they expect to be taking orders from.
You know what? Sure, we will go ahead and spend for another 3.
You're at a +6. 6 successes. Look at that. The 3 remaining guards all just sort of click their radios twice for an affirmative and just start walking to their cars to go home.
All right. And up we go.
I'm really fucking surprised that worked.
I'm not. Honestly.
Right. So, Frank, Joe, can you go ahead and wrap another 2-3 layers? Okay, so here's the deal. We can either let you go home and you forget everything you saw today and you don't come back, you go find a new job, or we can leave you duct taped here until we find a place under the basement to put you.
Or I have a knife and I can happily use that to separate your head from
Look,
your body.
look.
Joe.
Kids
How
really
about-
wants to use that knife.
How about we wait till there's no issue with the original contractor, and then there's no one to report to.
Both of them are still duct taped around the mouth
What about loose
and can
ends?
offer nothing but in response.
I'm just saying.
You know what? Well, let's wait until Jackson gets up here and then.
Fine.
And a moment passes, and Jackson and the security detail make their way up to the security room.
As I'm still on the way up,
Yeah.
I believe we have gotten Fake Me's phone number at some point, right?
Yes, you do have their phone number.
So on the way, I pull out my phone. I hold it about here. And I start recording. Hello, Jackson. You have a lovely home. You should come find me in it. I am texting that video.
I have to make a roll for them again. Hang on a minute.
We got to get him back somehow. And when he
That's
comes
not
back,
enough.
he's going to realize something's up because his car is already parked in the driveway or in the garage.
That's not enough to override the fetch directive. So yeah, you don't know you don't know how they respond, but they certainly got that, and they'll be responding.
All right. And I walk up into the security room.
You see the rest of your motley and 2 duct taped guards.
We gift wrapped them for you.
Morning, Marlena.
Good morning.
We
Here's a
expect-
knife if you want to unwrap them.
I think that we should leave them wrapped up until we have the stick man in full custody.
I meant
Then-
unwrap permanently, but you do you.
I like
Then they've got no one to report to.
I like to note that when Jackson walks in, Frisian's just kind of poking at the one that's terrified of him.
Who is very much sweating bullets and trying not to look at the thing that is poking them.
Can I harvest glamour again?
Give me one more, yeah.
Okay.
That'll be a scene transition though, so the effect will go away past that point. But
The fear? It doesn't go away until
it
like
lasts for a scene.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, it lasts for a scene for the contract.
Because the fear condition just says until the source goes away.
Yeah, but that's unless the cause of the fear has a time limit put on it, which the contract says it lasts for a scene.
Okay. So manipulation, intimidation.
Yep. You get 8 again, and I will say you also get a +2 based on the situation.
This poor guard. I don't want strength brawl. Why are you still saying strength brawl?
You have it set on attack roll up.
That might be why. Sheep.
Yeah, set it to sheet roll instead of attack roll.
Intimidation. 8 again. +2.
Get 2 more glamour off of him before the fear ends.
I look at these 2 duct taped to the seat and I sort of bend down like, you 2 are about to have the best day of your lives because you're about to become fairly well off. All you gotta do, sit here, which you're already doing. You're very good at that. And then once all this situation is resolved, you're going to get wonderful severance packages. Ones that do not involve knives.
Ultimate severance package.
Roll me presence and expression. +2, because they really want to believe you right now.
It will, of course, come with some NDAs you have to sign. Three successes.
Very good. The one who is not currently coming down from being frightened just nods. The second one nods very vigorously.
Wonderful.
Their mouths are still both duct taped.
And now we wait.
As Tyr sort of sets down their concussed friend in a chair in the security room and just sort of lets them sit for a minute while they recover. They sort of reach into their a pocket on the inside of their ballistic vest and pulls out a couple of a couple of pills, helps them drink it and helps them get some water and take those pain medications for the head trauma. And then looks around. All right, where are we setting a trap? You've got the run of the building at the moment. Where do we want to deal with this?
Young man, can you take the tape off one of the one who's not peeing himself?
Yeah. And he'll walk over and peel the duct tape off of one of their mouths. Fuck.
You're fine. How many people is he going to be? How many people did I leave with?
Yeah, same compliment as usual. 4 guards.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah, it's not so bad.
I got a question. You can spare a car or 2, right?
It depends.
I mean, we wait for them to pull into the garage, and then somebody's hiding in a car, smashes into their car, and disables, at the very least, dazes them for a moment.
1 second. Young man, do you know? Is there anything? How to put this? Is there anything unusual that you know about me?
I mean, the fact that you're here talking to me about killing yourself is already pretty fucking
That's
weird.
definitely normal. This is definitely part of the NDA. But before this day, before 15 minutes ago, was there any indication of anything outside of normal personness?
I mean, the other you, I'm guessing, some kind of body double who's taken over your life, if I were to take a fucking wild guess.
I like this one. I may hire this one on.
They're a fucking jackass, as far as I know. They don't really treat the guards well. I mostly just stick around because I don't have to deal with them a lot because I run the security room.
Right.
Oh, on off shift anyway. When this guy isn't, pissing himself, he's just looking at the other guard. And,
Definitely replacing that chair.
And it pays well, like.
But you do not. Okay, that's all I needed to know. Actually, I'm going to empathy him, see if he's holding anything back.
Roll with an empathy.
Does he know he works for a supernatural entity? not presence, with empathy. God damn it. Oh well.
Hard to read, but like as far as you can tell, this guy has taken the assumption that this is some form of identity theft that's happened
Right.
with someone's life being stolen, and he gives the sensation that he has seen weirder.
Fair enough. Excuse me just a moment, and I'm going to walk out of the room, and I'm calling my fetch.
Phone rings twice and then picks up.
Evening. Morning.
I don't know what kind of game you're playing, but you're not going to live through it.
That's cute. I'm in your house and planning renovations already. Now, here's the deal. I've dismissed your security. Remarkably easy. I can't imagine. I'm sure you can guess why. You dismiss your security because no matter what, I am certain you don't have a good way to explain this. And if any witnesses come, you may be able to talk fast, but I'll be able to say just enough to make them wonder. In fact, if I see anyone with you when you arrive, I'm gonna start using my media contacts again, just on the off chance you actually win this fight. Is everything you have? I never had it, and I don't care if I lose it. You do. Come alone. Or just swallow a shotgun, because those are your two options.
Oh, Jackson Montgomery's going to be swallowing a shotgun, but it's not going to be me.
We'll see, Walter White Power.
All I can imagine is the security guards with them, just like, wait, what the hell does that even mean? Like Jackson
I
Montgomery's
imagine
gonna
he
be
moved. He stepped away from his security.
He's probably in a car with them. I don't know how much stepping away he can do.
Yeah,
He might be.
he steps out away from security into oncoming traffic.
Problem solved.
You have exact. How long did it take us to get here?
And not that long.
Like 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Yeah, about.
You have 45 minutes to get here before press releases start coming out. With photos from my past.
Oh, don't worry. I'm almost there. I'll deal with you personally.
I hang up.
If people are all right, we're going to go a little bit over just to wrap this part of the.
Yep. I walk back in. All right. The security is its security is handled. It's just gonna be me and him. And y'all.
Where do you want us?
I'm gonna wait till he walks through the front. Actually, let me rephrase that. What part of like the beginning opening area is going to be the easiest to clean up blood? This is going to be my place after that, after all.
It's a mansion. There's kind of a mud room that separates that like comes in from the garage.
Oh, good. Nice place to bury someone too. All right. I'll be waiting there. Get some of you maybe hiding behind some of the cars so we can't back out. I don't want him killed yet. I want him down. I still have bits of information I'm going to need to get from him. In personal satisfaction.
Shall we bring the duct tape?
Sure. John, we're heading down there.
Yep. So a few moments pass. Is anyone staying on the cameras?
Somebody should, yes.
Austin, you're muted.
I'm going to stay at the cameras
Okay.
because I don't particularly want to be involved with what I'm concerned about going down.
Aren't you also the one with the highest perception skill?
I am the one with highest perception skill too, which is weird. I'm used to dumping that.
Not murder if it's a thing that was never alive in the first place.
It's not
So,
homicide if it's not the same.
So the rest of the tier and the remaining two of his squad just sort of take up positions on the interior side from the mudroom and just start checking their equipment. The tier puts away the spike bat and just pulls out a stun baton. And the other two do similar. As you watch the cameras, Frank, you see the car that the fetch is in pull up. The fetch steps out of the passenger seat, having of the shotgun, having been riding in the passenger, letting someone else drive them. Shouts and waves their hand something at the driver and like waves to the person in the back seat, and is tossed a shotgun, like a literal fucking shotgun that they grab and rack and then start walking into the mudroom.
How many guards you got with him?
None. He yells something at them, and the rest of them drive off after he grabs the shotgun from them.
Oh, you dumb
Jackson,
thing.
Idiots alone, got a shotgun.
On the way back through, is there like any like stuffed predators or birds?
Oh, absolutely.
I just pull some hair from one of them.
There's absolutely. This is the man that has a stuffed bear. He didn't hunt it himself, but he does have a stuffed bear.
Just grab some fur on the way by.
All right.
So
I'm just standing in the center of the mudroom, door to the garage open.
Yep.
I'm gonna hide behind a car.
Yeah. Everybody who's hiding, roll me dexterity and stealth.
I need help with that.
Yes, right. I am noticing that you have no stealth, so you'll be at a -1. Do you want to spend a willpower on that, Katie?
Yes, fine.
Okay. Good thing too.
Hey, we got 1, 2, 3, and 4.
So we do. Oh my god, yo. I've never used this much willpower. Jesus.
Neither have
I
I.
marked one off before you marked one off.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
I still haven't used this much willpower.
Didn't make enough successes to see anybody. So completely unaware that anyone else is present, he just he steps into the mudroom with a shotgun aimed at him.
Oh, good. You brought your own suicide weapon.
He just has the shotgun leveled and looks at you. I don't know if it's suicide if I'm the one shooting you.
You know, I have so many questions, but we won't get to those. I think the one the only one I have right now that matters is what the actual fuck? Like, I don't. Why in the name of everything? If I come back and, you know, had been living your life, we could have found some way to agree and coexist, and maybe I go my own way or you go yours, one of something like that. But why? Just why?
Because I was put into this world from nothing and told to live someone else's life.
Oh, boo fucking who?
So I made it mine.
You came into this world from nothing. Yeah, join the club. That's not an excuse. There's a difference between seeing a world and making it yours and seeing a world and deciding I'm going to make my stand through doing irreparable harm.
Just decided I was going to be different from whatever you were.
Yeah, that was a bad choice.
Well, as it stands, I'm the one with the shotgun pointed at you.
You certainly are. And you're going to feel extra still when you're still the one that spread my unarmed hands that ends up fucked.
I feel like everyone else moves at this point, yes?
Yep.
Swallowing I swallow the fur and claws into him.
He's absolutely surprised, and his defense is the exact same as Marlena's. But he doesn't get his defense because he's surprised. So if everyone would like to do a thing,
I'm just standing and waiting.
who would like to go first?
Where am I have a question. Where am I standing in relation to the fetch?
That's up to you. I'm assuming you either hid in the garage, in which case you are behind the fetch, or you hid somewhere on the other side of the mudroom, in which case you're behind Jackson.
I'm gonna be like to where I have the fetch standing in profile, and just aim my gun at the side of his face.
All right.
Take a shot.
Roll dexterity and firearms. Roll dexterity and firearms. Yeah, go ahead, just roll it.
Is it?
All right, yeah, right. I have to roll it. Duh. You have Glock. It is basically a Glock. Gonna make it an attack roll. Attack with Glock. You're at no penalty because it's not getting its defense.
Damn
That
it.
tracks.
Of course it does.
Everybody else.
I
Uh.
come up behind it and probably aiming more towards the leg. I don't. How do you call? Is there called shots for?
There are called shots if you want to do a specific effect, but if you're just looking to not kill them, you can just say that you're aiming to not kill them.
Okay. I'm particularly just kind of aiming at the legs. So
Roll me. He's got no defense, so go ahead and just roll me an attack.
strength brawl. 1.
8 damage.
1 aggravated.
Marcella would like to try to throw him into a wall.
Okay. Roll me your Aikido.
Is this a +1?
Yes.
Two successes.
He takes 2 levels of bashing damage as he is thrown into a wall. Cassandra.
Because there's going to be a from a canteen, and a jet of water is going towards him. As I use the 2nd level of Elemental Warrior, or 3rd level Leaping Flames, I can do a melee attack from up to 20 yards.
Yep.
So that's strength and melee.
Yep.
Or brawl.
Yeah, strength and brawl.
Why did you select weaponry?
That's because you're on an attack roll and you're on your sword.
That would be
So
why.
click unarmed on your weapon list.
I'm gonna spend willpower.
All right. Add 3 extra dice.
Much.
That's 4 damage has been dealt so far. And then at that point, Tyr shoves in the mudroom door and fires from their non-lethal weapon. I'll put a willpower into this. They got it to burn.
Bless you.
Sorry?
Well,
Hurt.
you only have 7 health boxes normally, Jackson.
Hmm?
So with that last shot, that puts enough bashing damage into the fetch for it to be knocked unconscious.
I sigh, I walk over, I grab the shotgun, pick it up. I'm gonna quickly eject the
Cycle all the shells until they're all gone.
Toss it aside. Someone want to help? Well, never mind. This is a mudroom. This will do. I'm gonna need some time.
And with that, that's where we're going to end for the week. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh my